Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of WorldBox North American Battle Royale. So basically what happened was we had a ton of nations spawn because I put too many people down, and then they started consolidating. We got the cold consolidating most of Eastern and Central Canada, and actually part of the Midwest as well. But we've still got a couple polities here. There's a war for the northwestern United States and western Canada going on right now. Idaho is currently at peace with people, but Mexico's set on all sides by almost every major group down there. Nevada's chilling. Cuba is finally scourged, gotten rid of their evil scourge of demons. The Mayans have done nothing since the first 10 minutes of the last episode, so that's fun. The SEC is still at war with Toronto. This seems like one of those stalemates where nothing's going to happen, and Michigan is actually at peace finally. So my expectations is that the cold is going to move into Toronto and continue to consolidate their gains, or possibly move to the west. I could also see Michigan pulling an upset versus Toronto, but Mexico's not long for this world, I assume, and there's got to be something to do with the Western United States over here, because you got a bunch of medium-sized to tier 2, tier 3 polities that are just kind of not doing very much, but they had gotten some gains. So I could see Nevada getting taken over this episode, as well as Utah, but you never know. I don't see the cold breaking up, considering I have rebellions off. If I had rebellions on, I'm sure that they would be breaking into a million different pieces, but as of right now, I don't see it happening. The SEC just got hit by 2 big lightning bolts right down kind of on the capital, so that's a negative. The current largest is cold, but then Missouri's on a close second. The North Canada / Yukon has actually lost a bunch of territory to Eastern Washington, and now they actually have a contiguous border along the western coast of Canada and America. So that's good. I don't see them surviving very much longer. The SEC or Idaho's declared war on Why Do I Live Here? That's a pretty big war. Those are... Oh, Yukon just got destroyed by Eastern Washington. Damn, that was quick. That was fast. This is a pretty big war. These are both tier 2 / tier 1.5 polities that are going at war with each other. If they consolidate, they could rival the cold if they don't lose too many people in the process. I don't see that happening, though. These tend to be pretty bloody, so we'll see how that goes. And they just got smited pretty big here. Eastern Washington is not at war with anybody. I think they're going to try to recoup their gains. Mexico is still alive. How? It's got to be the mountains. It has to be the mountains. Or somebody's coming in. Who is this? Is this Missouri? Missouri is coming in to maybe do the final blow. Let's put on the village layer. Is anybody getting sieged? Nobody is getting sieged as of right now. But a lot of people are dying. Moo Mao. If I really wanted to, I probably should rename all the cities and villages too, but that's a lot of effort. There are more enemy combatants in Mexico than there are actual Mexicans. That's insane. That's actually insane. And nobody's taking it over. Just figure your shit out and somebody take it. 1, 2, 3, 4 armies from, I think that's gotta be, who are you a part of? Southern Mexico. I don't get how this hasn't ended in a total victory yet. Nothing's changed between Idaho and Why Do I Live Here as of yet. Maybe there's so many armies that the AI can't decide who's gonna take over that country. There's been a earthquake somewhere in just off of the continental shelf over here. Took out a little bit of Eastern Washington, but Eastern Washington's actually consolidated everything and has become Western Washington. How are you still alive? Where's your capital? Cuba hasn't done anything. Michigan hasn't done anything in a while. Cold's declared war on Toronto. Here we go. Mexico has been destroyed by southern Mexico. Okay, so about fucking time. How many people were at war with you? Holy shit. It's too bad Nevada didn't get it, but I'm going to assume southern Mexico is probably going to move into Texas / don't mess with Texas in a minute here. The cold is going to absolutely just wreck Toronto. I mean, this is their army. Yeah, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 leaders. They've got a 247 person army. Like, this is just RIP for Toronto. They're just an unstoppable force right now. They are rolling through the eastern part of the northeastern part of the map right now. The Maya haven't done bullshit since their initial gains down in like the Curacao area, northern central America, northern South America. Jack shit. Missouri has not done anything as well. And RIP, man, the cold are just killing it. Wow. That's just nutty. They have double the population of anybody else. They own a quarter, like 20% of the world's pop. They're just scary. They are terrifying. Is Michigan and Toronto still at war? No, Toronto's at war with the cold. Oh, that's bad. And they're just hoarding. Jeez. Eastern Washington's declared war on Why Do I Live Here. That's going to be a pretty big... Again, Idaho-ish has also lost a bunch of people. Wow. Let's see. I mean, why would you... Michigan's declared war on Idaho-ish. Okay, so Idaho-ish is definitely the next sick man of Europe. Eastern Washington, though, that don't count them out. Don't count them out yet. Toronto lost something. Who did you? Oh my God, the cold got Toronto. What? They are just holy shit. I haven't seen this ever. I've never seen one polity just roll everybody. They have crazy momentum. How? How are they doing this? And they're about to take over the rest of Toronto too. Maybe. That's scary. Toronto has been destroyed by... Wow. Who's next? I just... In nature, we believe... But they might be overextended. You gotta remember, you can only have so many villages. But if that wasn't part of the game, if there was like... I could download a mod. That's... They're taking over this entire map. I think that they're probably at their maximum extent now. Eastern Washington's also completely taken over Why Do I Live Here? So Canada is now owned by 2 polities, Eastern Washington and the cold ones, having a cold one with the old ones, So Idaho was looking really good and then just got kind of destroyed. Eastern Washington, I want to see a war between Cold and Eastern Washington. That would be a sight to behold because they're by far the 2 most powerful. 10 out of 6 villages? Wow. You're very overextended. 9 out of 5. They're going to start losing people. Considering Michigan's actually starting to pop off here. Idaho's probably the next to go. Texas is probably the next to go. Is this a Michigan? Oh, it is. Michigan took a thing of a piece of land from Idaho. That's surprising. And where was this? The cold just lost like 500 people. Missouri declared war on Utah. Southern Mexico declared war on the Mayans. Oh, okay, so maybe all of Mexico is going to get consolidated under one flag now. Yeah, look at them. They're making gains already. That's 1, 2 armies going in. hard to watch these battles because we've got a lot going on. There's a third army coming in too, but they needed to have that third army in right away because the Mayan are no slouches, man. They're actually making gains and pushing into Mexico, but I don't see them. They got to move their army from the south back up here quickly. They got to do something here. Who are you at war with? Missouri? So Utah might be RIP. And it looks like Michigan's expanding into the territory that was hit by that earthquake from the cold, but I don't know. This is the most interesting because they have a very defensible position. Oh shit, who just got hit by a... Ooh, cold of just getting wrecked by natural disasters. Earthquakes and meteorites. And Missouri took over southern Utah. Pretty big. Pretty big. That's a great territorial gain for them. Although they are surrounded. Oh, another meteor. I am assuming they're going to move into northern Utah, probably take that last village. And then they're probably going to move into Nevada and try to consolidate their territory. But you don't want to be that stringy because you have a lot of different areas that can get attacked. Eastern Washington, though, has impressed me a lot. They're big dick swinging right now. So it's definitely cold being number 1, but Eastern Washington's a sneaky number 2 for sure. Missouri is a strong number 3. They're kind of the best of the rest because it's just a runaway between these two right now. And I say that with the cold having going through 2 massive natural disasters. The demons are still destroying everybody here, so just don't go here. It's just bad. The Maya in southern Mexico. Southern Mexico is not good at war. It took them how long to take out regular Mexico? So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up losing territory to the Maya. But they have a battle fleet down here. They have one of their armies down here that they need to get up to the front, but they're not doing it for whatever reason. Cuba's got a pretty big army as well, but they have nowhere to go with it. So Utah's been destroyed by Missouri. Oof, that border gore. Missouri's probably going to declare war on Michigan soon, I have to imagine, just to take over this village. But they're making a pretty big move into Idaho, and Eastern Washington's gonna try to pick up those scraps as soon as possible as well. I don't see that going well for Eastern Washington, since that's gonna be now sharing an even larger border. You're gonna be sharing a larger border with the 2 main adversaries in the game, and that's not gonna turn out well. How's everything going down in Mexico? There are 2 armies in the Mayan territory, but they were just the single guys, so that doesn't really mean anything right now. The Yucatan is heavily contested, though. There's going to be a lot of folks dying there. So Michigan is still trying to get Idaho, but they're probably going to lose that to Eastern Washington, who has just been absolutely popping off recently. Let's go to the kingdom layer and see what this looks like, or the village layer, and there it goes. Just not enough time. Michigan, you have been officially yeeted out of there, and that's a big consolidation. Don't mess with Texas has declared war on southern Mexico. Oh, that's gonna help the Maya out a lot, actually. Let's see if Texas can actually get some territory off of southern Mexico. They took too long to take out the Maya, and now their consequences is that they're going to get invaded from the north by Texas. But I don't think that this is going to end up meaning... Oh, never mind. The Maya lost territory. I didn't see that happening. Wow. So, like, here's the thing. Yeah, that's Surprising. And then these are pretty big village sites up here. Is Mexico gonna be Southern Mexico gonna wow, they're just gonna move down the coast. No? Oh, they got it up to 50%. That's bad. Oh, there it goes again. Is it gonna oh, it got up to 60. That is their capital too. I think that they're gonna take that pretty soon here. Good for Nevada for not getting taken out yet. You know, you got like the Reno, Tahoe area and like NorCal, and then you got SoCal / Arizona and Vegas too, because Vegas is like right about there. Doesn't help that it's super mountainous. Did you just lose your capital to Texas? No way. Texas, you dirty dogs. Texas, you dirty fucking dogs. Eastern Washington has I was gonna say they have overtaken them for population, but it switches pretty often. They're just back and forth constantly. And Michigan has done nothing. The SEC is still around, and that's surprising. Florida man, being Florida man. Is Texas moving really gonna... So Southern Mexico is just getting pushed south. They're basically just switching positions here. But the Maya didn't do anything. They took too long. They, you know, were not able to expand as they wanted to. Southern Mexico has been kicked out of northern Mexico. And Texas has expanded significantly. This is a pretty war-torn area, so how are we looking in terms of army size at this point? 38 and 63 and 41. Wow. So, you know, if Southern Mexico doesn't get their shit together, they're probably gonna get taken over here. And Missouri has declared war on Nevada. I think that's gonna be RIP for Nevada. They do have the mountain range, so they have a strategic advantage, but they also have a way to get invaded from southern, you know, Baja California. So, wait, what? 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 Nevada? What are you doing? Why did you just take a chunk out of southern Mexico? Defend your homeland, bro. Like, what are you doing? You took over the Yucatan Peninsula from southern Mexico? Nevada, you fucking beasts, you chads. Why? But why? Why would you do that? How did you do that? How and why? Eastern Washington's declared war on Nevada now. That's... well, Nevada got kicked out to the Yucatan. That's what it looks like to me. I would like to see Missouri take this, just to kind of clean up the border gore a little bit, but it looks like Eastern Washington's just going to push. With freedom and virtue, yeah, that's not Nevadan. Let me tell you what. Freedom, yes. Virtue, no. You know, hookers and blow, boys. Hookers and blow. That is a lot of Washingtonians moving into basically what is Reno. Yeah, this is bad. This is pretty much RIP. It's just a matter of time. And Missouri took another... Yep. Well, Missouri took the Nevadan Yucatanian gains. Are you at war with somebody? Is the SEC at war with somebody? Oh, they're still at war with the cold. Uh-oh. When the fuck did that happen? Southern Mexico was destroyed! What? When the hell did that happen? Missouri, you know, you don't count out Missouri yet. They've got a lot of expansion to do. If they take Reno, that's gonna put them at a strong, almost tie, if not a little bit more, for highest population. But Eastern Washington got it. Eastern Washington has taken out Nevada. Nevada is still alive, but they're mostly in like the Yucatan and southern and in Central America. Texas is surrounded again. And Missouri took out another village. But this is hard to take, though. This is a pretty narrow area, but that's a lot of armies. That is a lot of armies. That's pretty untenable, pretty hard to defend against, but I don't like Texas being here in the middle. I want them to get taken over or something. The king of Nevada is dead. Big sad. Big sad. Okay. Well, Pharaoh, you have where's your capital? Just take it over, man. Just do it. Genoa, Missouri. When's the first big war gonna happen? I mean, these are small, like they're pretty big sized wars. Like the war for Mexican consolidation was pretty large, and it ended up being pretty terrible for southern Mexico. That was a long string of events that ended up leading to southern Mexico's death, right? They declared war on regular Mexico, didn't do it really well, and Nevada has been destroyed, and they just got rolled over by Texas then. And then Missouri came in and dealt the final blow, because they weren't able to take out regular Mexico fast enough, and then that allowed Texas to garner up troops and do a surprise attack once they decided to declare war on the Maya. And it looks like the Cold have taken over the SEC. And so we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that six polities? Is it 7? 7, I think. It's 7. Yeah. 7 from last episode. We had like what, 20 something? Cuba's obviously the weakest. They're a island nation. But we've seen, we saw Iceland pop up in the last series, so I wouldn't be surprised if something drastic occurs here. The Maya are for sure the next to go. They're not at war with anybody, but when Missouri figures out that they exist, that's going to be bad. Who's Michigan at war with? Is anybody at war with anybody right now? The SEC. Where the hell are the SEC? You have 40 people. You've got no territory. They must just be people from that area still kicking around. So I think everybody's pretty much at peace with each other. Yeah, I think everybody's at peace with each other. Yep. Pretty much. So, I mean, this is just a matter now of who wants to declare the First World War. I mean, it's a 3-way tie right now. I mean, you've got the first class powers, right? You got Cold and Eastern Washington. You got Missouri, which is a strong 1.5 class. I wouldn't put them in the same tier because they're a little bit smaller and they're not as consolidated territorial-wise, but they're still a strong combatant, and they can have all of Mexico if they wanted. Michigan is tier 2, and then you got the tier 3s of Cuba and the Maya. I mean, like, Cuba's really tier 4. I mean, they don't have anything. They have just Cuba, and they haven't been able to recover from their demon invasion yet. They're still down quite a bit amount of people. It looks like Michigan has prepared defenses of Texas, Oklahoma-ish area, Colorado a little bit, like the Four Corners area. Cold is for the first time in a while, they've been at peace, but they have 500 people. Michigan, has, like, percentage-wise, they have a much larger percent of their population being militarized than the two large powers. So I'd say Michigan's probably in a better position than Texas. Maybe. That's a big maybe. I don't know. Texas has Missouri split in two right now, and they could hypothetically sweep to the south and take out the remaining combatants in the Yucatan and southern Mexico and Central America, but like I don't see it happening anytime soon. There are no wars right now. It's people are I think that the cold and Eastern Washington just don't want to start the war. Eastern Washington has declared war in Missouri. That's huge. That's a huge war. Holy shit. That's 400 people versus 600 people. So Eastern Washington has the immediate numerical advantage, and they have the technological advantage. This is the new superpower. This is gonna tip the scales and make Eastern Washington the #1 premier power if they win this war. Now, since that happened, I wouldn't be surprised if Texas also declares war on Missouri and kind of gobbles up the southern areas. But Missouri is losing people rapidly. I also would not be surprised if Michigan declares war on Washington, or if the cold uses this opportunity to declare war on Michigan. And the cold have two massive armies kind of in what is now New York. And it looks like Michigan has also moved. Oh, Central America just got decimated. That's bad for Missouri. That's pretty bad timing for them. So that Michigan battle group is actually moving more into Appalachia right now and moving kind of in the Massachusetts area. The cold have armies on both the northern and southern borders of Michigan. Michigan does have an army kind of chilling in their territorial gains in central United States, but south central United States kind of. Hard telling what's going on right now. Are there any sieges occurring? No, there are not. The way that I would probably try to handle this is maybe start taking out your territory over here, which if you do, you can cut off, like I think if you take out this village and then this village, you cut off Baja, Mexico, from the rest of your enemy's country, right? But cold has declared war on Michigan. Yeah, there it is. RIP Missouri. This is the great downfall. You're getting attacked by the two first-rate powers. Yeah, and the cold is just gonna sweep up, and there it goes. Eastern Washington, man, they are brutal. Baja California is now isolated. Might be hard to get to. I'm kind of using civ logic, like, you know, you can't really walk through borders like that, but it's not exactly how that works. Michigan hasn't done shit. I think that they're just too afraid. I think Missouri's going to get kicked out of the continental U.S. and probably going to have to live in the Yucatan, where the Maya were chilling for a while. So, well, at that note, the downfall of Missouri has begun. So let's see how everything goes next episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. It really helps out the channel. I hope you're enjoying this series. I am. I'm a little bit less excited because I have people over and I don't want to be yelling. So I hope everything is going well with everybody. So I'll see you next time, and we shall see the end of Missouri as we know it, I am pretty sure.